Your child is sitting on the sofa, completely absorbed in an educational app. They're answering math problems, matching letters, and earning bright, shiny stars. As a parent, you feel a sense of relief. You think, finally, screen time that's actually productive. But while the screen shows progress, something else is happening inside your child's brain. Research now reveals that many of these learning apps are not building focus. They are actively destroying it. They're training your child's brain to crave constant, rapid stimulation, making real-world learning feel impossible. Today, we're going deep into the 5 types of apps that are quietly sabotaging your child's attention span. Sign 1. The confetti and reward trap. In these apps, every correct tap triggers an explosion. Stars burst, whistles blow, and a voice shouts, "Amazing!" This creates a massive dopamine spike. Your child isn't falling in love with math, they're falling in love with the hit of the reward. When they move back to real life, like reading a book or putting on shoes, there is no confetti, there is no instant applause. Their brain, now addicted to the high-intensity reward, finds reality boring. This is why you see a meltdown the second the tablet is turned off. Sign 2. The death of productive struggle. Next is the algorithm-driven adaptive app. These apps are marketed as personalized, but their true goal is engagement. If your child struggles for even 5 seconds, the app automatically lowers the difficulty. It removes what educators call productive struggle. Growth only happens when the brain works through a challenge. By making everything easy to keep the child engaged, these apps are raising a generation that gives up the moment something feels hard. In a real classroom, the teacher can't auto-adjust the difficulty of a test. These apps are stealing your child's resilience. Sign 3. Rapid-fire micro-lessons. Then we have rapid-fire micro-lessons. These apps move at a lightning pace, 90 seconds of letters, 60 seconds of colors, then a quick quiz. It feels efficient, but it's actually training the brain to task switch constantly. Focus is a muscle that needs to stay on one thing for a long time to grow. These apps are like a treadmill that slows down every time you get tired. They build an expectation of constant novelty. When your child hits 4th grade and has to read a long chapter book, their brain won't know how to settle down because it's been trained to move on every minute. Sign 4. The erasing of stopping cues. The most insidious type is the infinite platform. These apps have no natural end, no chapter finished screen. They immediately suggest the next game, the next video, the next coin. Tech ethicists call this erasing stopping cues. It's designed to keep your child's eyes glued to the screen for as long as possible. This isn't practicing learning, it's practicing compulsion. It trains the brain to never stop, which leads to total emotional dysregulation and brain drain when the parent finally imposes a boundary. So, what is the answer? It's not about banning technology, it's about choosing apps that respect attention. Look for apps with slow pacing, no flashing rewards, and clear stopping points. But most importantly, remember that the best educational app is you. A cardboard box, a physical book, and a face-to-face conversation build neural pathways that no screen ever can. You are the architect of your child's brain. Choose connection over stimulation. Subscribe to Parentify for more science-backed ways to protect your child's brilliance.
You set a boundary yesterday. Today, you made an exception. Now you're lying awake at 2 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, wondering if you just confused your child, or worse, if you failed them as a parent. But what if I told you that the parents who seem the most rigid, the ones who never bend, are often raising the most fragile kids? there is a profound difference between predictable consistency and blind rigidity. Your child doesn't need you to be a monolith. They don't need you to be one thing all the time. They need you to be the right thing for this specific moment. Over the next few minutes, we are going to explore 4 paradoxes that the healthiest parents hold. We're going to look at why your contradictions aren't a sign of confusion, but a sign of consciousness. Let's start with the tension you probably felt this very week, when protecting them actually means letting them struggle. Imagine your child hesitating at the top of a climbing structure. Their hands grip the metal bar, their body goes still, and you feel it, that electric current of panic shooting from your chest to your feet. Your body is already moving to save them before your brain even catches up. Or maybe they're 14, and there's a massive project due tomorrow that they haven't even started. You can feel your hands itching to take over, to fix it, to save them from the consequence of failure. But here is what your instinct is missing. Protection and preparation are not the same thing. When you shield a child from every manageable difficulty, you aren't protecting their safety. You are protecting them from discovering that they can handle hard things. Abandoning them to struggle alone is neglect, but hovering so close that they never feel the heat of the forge is equally damaging. You have to hold both. Stay close enough to catch them if they truly fall, but far enough back that they have to reach. You let the struggle be theirs, while making sure they know they are never alone in it. You're not protecting them from pain. You're strengthening their belief that they can survive it. That muscle isn't a gift. It is forged in the tension. Why does this matter so much? Because the world your child is growing into is fundamentally contradictory. They will need to be confident, yet humble, independent, yet collaborative, strong, yet soft. Kids raised in absolute rules, where everything is black or white, break under the weight of real-world complexity. They become the college students who can't handle a single bad grade, or the adults who end a relationship at the first sign of conflict. They were never taught how to hold tension. But children raised by paradoxes learn that 2 opposing truths can coexist. They learn that you can be disappointed and accepting, or angry and loving all at once. This brings us to the second paradox, authority versus autonomy. We often think being the authority means having total control, but true authority is containment. It's the walls of a swimming pool that make it safe to dive deep. Autonomy without structure isn't freedom, it's abandonment. It tells a child, figure this out alone. But structure without respect? That is domination. It says, your feelings don't matter, only my rules do. The parent who says, because I said so, eventually wonders why their teenager stops talking. The parent who negotiates every single boundary wonders why their child is constantly anxious. The paradox is that children need both. They need to know you are steady and unmoved by their storm, and they need to know that inside that steadiness, there is room for their voice. Now, you might be wondering, what if I get the balance wrong? What if I swing too far? Listen carefully. Parenting is not a tightrope, it's a pendulum. You will swing too far. You will overprotect, then overcorrect. You will be too rigid, then too loose. This is not failure, it is data. Research shows that even the most attuned parents are only fully in sync with their kids about 30% of the time. The rest is mismatch and repair. The magic isn't in perfect balance, it's in the return. It's noticing when you've swung too far and choosing to come back to center. Repair is the skill that makes all the others survivable. It tells your child that disconnection isn't permanent and mistakes aren't fatal. The final paradox is the hardest one of all. The art of planned obsolescence. You are building a human who will, if you do this right, need you less and less every single day. Every milestone, the first time they tie their shoes, the first time they walk into school without looking back, is a small victory and a small grief. You want them to grow, and you want to freeze time. You want them to be independent, and you want to be needed. These desires aren't at war, they are the same love pulling in 2 directions. You are holding on and letting go in the same breath. Love doesn't disappear when they need you less. It simply changes shape. It goes from arms that carry to hands that steady, and from answers to trust. One day they will call you not because they need you to fix something, but because they want you to know them. That is the paradox coming full circle. You aren't losing them, you are launching them. So the next time you feel like you're 2 things at once, don't apologize. Just ask yourself, Which one does this moment need?
Welcome, new parents, to a remarkable journey. The first year of your baby's life is filled with incredible growth and discovery, from quiet anticipation to vibrant reality. Watch as a nursery transforms, symbolizing the arrival of new life. Every tiny detail, from delicate fingers to perfect toes, emphasizes their fragile and precious nature. These early moments are precious, laying the foundation for all the amazing milestones yet to come. Soon, your baby begins to explore. Tummy time is crucial for developing neck and core strength. Witness the magic of the first social smile, a true connection forming between parent and child. Their own hands become fascinating objects of study, a world of touch and discovery. This self-exploration is vital for cognitive and motor development, building neural pathways. Next, the world opens up as they master rolling over, gaining new perspectives and independence. Sitting and supported marks a significant step, allowing them to observe their surroundings with new clarity. Babbling happily into a mirror, they begin to understand cause and effect, and their own reflection, from army crawls to traditional crawling. Each movement builds essential core strength and coordination. These varied crawling styles are all part of healthy development, strengthening muscles for future mobility. Observe the pincer grasp, a remarkable fine motor skill. As tiny fingers pick up small objects, this precision is crucial for self-feeding and exploring the world in new ways. Pulling themselves to stand, holding onto furniture, they gain confidence and build leg strength. Cruising along furniture, they practice balance and coordination, preparing for independent steps. The moment arrives, a 1-year-old baby taking wobbly first steps, a triumph of perseverance. The parent gently encourages and catches the baby, celebrating this monumental achievement together. The joyful family hug, emphasizing the emotional connection and the incredible journey shared. Each milestone is a testament to their growth and your unwavering love. Cherish every moment. For more insights and support on your parenting journey, subscribe to our channel.